This little guy's Smokie. We're gonna start him off the same way. Let him feel this rope touch him all over. This has got a little bit more time with it, so he sits there nicely. On my side, you'd be able to see that he's got his ear and his eye on me. So ask him to move a little bit. There. Those are doing this. He's not checked out. He's with me, but he's calm. Maybe one day if he gets big enough, might want to rope off of him. Make sure he's okay with that. This other side, he used to block me quite a bit on this side as well, but you can see now that he's pretty comfortable with me just walking all around him. Maybe one day a left-handed roper might want to rope off of him. He's okay with that. Walk around him, make sure he's okay with that. We're going to go to the next stimulus. Touch him with that. See if he's okay. Okay, we'll hit him with it. Make sure he doesn't mind. I like to kind of trace the body, any surface. That way I know that that's not a delicate spot for him. Go all the way in front, under his chin, over the ears. That's pretty good. Between the legs. Inside, outside, under here, between the legs. That's pretty good. Maybe reach on the tail, because maybe a rope will get caught here one day and you don't want him freaking out. Maybe the wind blows something one day. Wind blows, maybe. Go back and forth. Maybe you want to ride in a parade one day. Maybe there's a flag up here. You'd be okay with that. Got to put something on his eye one day, doctor him up. I mean, he don't like it, but he's not freaking out. That's acceptable. Stand still, I take it away. Try it one more time. For a little horse like this, that's quite a bit of stimulus. So. Calms down, we take it away. Little guy's getting pretty brave. Again, I really like how he's always checking in on me. He's got his eye in his ear. You notice he turned towards me. To make sure that we're still a team here. Man, Daddy, you're messing with me, but we're still a team, so I'm showing it. Yeah, we want to really make sure that he's okay with stuff like that. We want to start teaching him how to ground tie. Want him to know it's okay just to stand still. And what if it's a windy day and the blanket blows over? We don't want him to freak out just because there's a blanket in the air. Is he okay with that? You notice he's a little bit fidgety when it goes over his butt. We'll just work that area here. Go to the other side. Maybe one day the wind blows it up over his head. Butt, legs, everything. for him, but he's a little guy. Introduce the saddle to him. We don't want to be rude about it, so we want to hold it in an area where he can check it out himself. Probably want to stick his nose on it. Those little hairs, those vibrissae on his muscle have neurons. They collect data. He's looking into it. He's pretty happy with things, so he's had the saddle on him quite a few times, so it doesn't seem to bother him. So we're going to swing it up on him like we're old cowboys. Right, you want to sneak it up there. I heard a lot of guys say. Had it on the big horse last time, so quick adjustment. Want him to be able to sit here calmly. We got to adjust the saddle or something. That's in a good spot. Like I say, I don't like sneaking around my horses. So if we got cattle that needs to be caught, maybe they're running to the fence line and you need to be in a hurry. I don't want to have to coax this horse into every little thing that I do, but I just want him to trust the process and know that everything's okay. So sometimes I might saddle him a little quicker and get him used to it. A lot of times that noise will scare him. He's getting pretty used to all those things, so he does pretty well. Same thing, we're just gonna ask him to go through the paces here. Again, I'm not lunging the horse, but I just want to make sure that he has gears, that he can go from neutral to first gear, second gear, third gear, and then back down when I want him to. I want him to maintain a calm mind regardless of how fast he's moving. That's, I think, a hallmark of being a good athlete. So you notice, very focused on me. He's straight up with me. So I'm just going to ask him to move his shoulders off to the side. I give him a direction to go. I block him on this side, and I ask him to walk off. He responds. Oh. Okay, let's try again. Don't ever punish a horse for doing something like that. I mean, he's nice and calm. Head down, tells me that he's nice and calm. So I'll try to keep the rope from going under his feet, but like I said, I'm not going to punish him for being calm. He'll stop, so I'll ask him to go again. Try not to put this hand in front of him to block him. Even though he's about to step on that rope, I try to keep the front hand out of his line of movement. Give him a little bit more energy. See if we can get him off to a trot. Okay, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Keep that trot going. I just hold my button. As long as he's doing what I want him to do, I don't introduce more stimulus. I just hold what I got. I'm going to push his hip away. His head comes in. I switch. After the trot. Pretty good. I push his hip away, head comes in, change directions after the trot. Ask him to take up the pace, maybe get it into a little canter here. All right. Trot, switch directions. Want him to be able to come to me. Back away if I need him to. He's got to put some pressure on a rope one day. I want to be able to back up on command. Come to me on command. When I intend to do it, he starts disengaging his hindquarters. Good. Good. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get him to pivot his front feet around his rear feet. It's a little bit more difficult. I think the reason why is because he ends up having to give his ribs to me. So it's kind of a vulnerable position, but we'll see if he's got it in him today. He's that's the next thing we do. So he's already trying to tell me, I got it, Daddy. I got it. Let's do this one first. Good. I don't want him walking forward. Good. Oh, good. Excellent. Okay, and then we're going to ask him to side pass. Very good. 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 So he's very attached to me. What we've been working on, that connected attachment is great. So when he's right here with me, he feels connected. But I also want him to feel connected in detachment, meaning I want to be able to step away from him and him still feel safe and secure, even though we're not in touch distance. Good. Very good. We've spent so much time working together that he feels safe and secure when we're in touch distance. So we have to work on that same feeling regardless of how much distance. Even if I'm not out here, I want him to feel safe and secure. I want him to feel connected to this place and to people. So again, we're going to ask him, intend, focus. We're going on this one without even a touch. Excellent. He's developing a lot of sensitivity. We're going to rub it out. So you notice that as soon as I stop intending for him to move those back feet, they stop, which is fantastic. Now let's get his feet somewhat squared. Good. Now we're going to ask him to move his fronts around his rear. Good. Good. Excellent. Very good. Let me turn him around so you guys can see what we're doing. Now we ask him to side pass. I'm going to choose a place on his neck and somewhere where you'd have your foot. And I'm just going to apply light pressure. And as long as both feet are moving, doesn't have to be perfect though. Just like that. Very good. Again, he seeks comfort right in here. Too good. But I also want him to feel comfortable over there. Here. 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 All right. Next thing we're going to do, we're just going to ask him to pick his head up to the left like if I was mounting, and we're going to start jumping. These are all the things that happen when you start to get on a horse that are kind of unusual for him. Hop up, looking around. Maybe he sees your head up here, coming forward and back. Right? You get in the saddle, you shake it back and forth. all those things. He did real good. So I'm gonna let him sit with that. Again, this is where he feels safe and comfortable. But we also want to be safe and comfortable over here. Over here. Good. One day I hurt my left knee, so I'm going to have to get on with the other side. Again, I'm just going to ask him to bend his head a little bit. I'm going to jump up and down. It's not his favorite thing, but he didn't move, so that's pretty good. Maybe I'm going to have to move my legs like this. Up over the top of him. Like that. Down back and forth. Here you see my hat's up here. When we start riding him, we're going to have to get him to know how to stop. I think a lot of people put a lot of time into getting him moving forward. Horses naturally know how to move forward. Most of them do. That's what kind of keeps them safe out in the wild. So I like to make it where they can comfortably stop and feel good about stopping, backing up. So I want him to understand that stop is complete cessation of forward movement. So if I ask him to stop, I'm going to tip his head, disengage his hindquarters, whoa, and then ask him to take a couple steps backwards. So anytime I say that word whoa, he knows that it means disengaging the hindquarters and that movement going back. Just like that. Get him going forward. Whoa. Very little brain pressure and he's already got that one range stop. Whoa. Disengage the hindquarters. Take a couple backward steps. There you go. Get him forward. Whoa. Disengage. Backward steps. No pressure at all. There you go. Excellent. Excellent job. So to us human beings, something like this might be the least threatening object that you can see in your life. An empty bag. There's not much to it, but to them, the way their eyes work, their hearing and their smell, this can be actually pretty terrifying. And so we want to make sure that, like I said, if the wind ever blows one of these things towards these guys, that they're not going to freak out. So we introduce it kind of slow, and then we want to make sure that he's okay. If this thing just touches him, makes that sound. He obviously doesn't like it, but we don't want him running off from it either. Maybe he gets blown underneath him and feels it touch his belly. We don't want him freaking out. He's blown over his head, touches him, touches the saddle, touch, maybe it rattles. He doesn't like that. We've been dealing with this guy for a while, so he switches back to that parasympathetic state relatively quickly compared to other horses. That's what we want. We want him to learn to self-soothe. It feels good to feel good. So we learned last time nothing hurt him. Kept his feet still, so we're going to reward him. Take it away. Very good. Very good. We'll check this other side. Trapped in and rattled, freaking out, rattling up there. Maybe something happens where something gets caught on the saddle one day. falls off of that other side. You also want to squeeze him a little bit, get him over that natural claustrophobia, and we're going to add the tarp today. Horses generally have a hard time crossing over the tarp until they get to know that it's not going to hurt them. Come on. That's what we're looking for. We want him to put his nose on it. Good job. Let him sit with that for a bit. He's testing me. He keeps venturing this way to see if he can get around me. There we go. That was pretty brave. That was pretty brave. So since he did something brave, I'll let him sit with it, reward him. So that's what we want. We don't want to pressure them when they're doing good things. Come on. That's it, buddy. Good. So, like I said, he feels comfort next to me. Maybe with a bigger horse, I don't let him get this close, but with this guy, I think for his developmental stage, I'll give him a little help. I'll let him stay close to me. He's just still a baby. Can't ask that much of the babies. And the older he gets, the more confident he'll get. He'll be able to take the training wheels off. Come on, you're almost there. Look at that. There you go. Come on. Good. Good. What I really like about it is it's for sure not comfortable, but it's not taking much stimulus to get him moving his feet forward into a situation that's not comfortable for him. Go on. I'm going to help him a little bit by getting some distance here, otherwise he'll try to jump off with his back feet. So, there you go. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for him to build that confidence in himself. I mean, I could whack him right now and get him to run over it, but long term, that doesn't do much for all of us. I want him to do it willingly because he's curious and courageous. still trying to figure out what it is.